just now, before we read and we do this practical exercise, you can see that there's a question, okay, that related to a theories of government intervention here, that refer to the personal income tax, okay, personal income tax. Of course, I remember that we did not yet talk about the personal income tax, but in the set of questions relating this kind of exercise, okay, including equity, it should be something relating personal income tax. So let me introduce to you to the meaning of personal income tax first, before we could practice this question about personal income tax. So we know that there is inequality in the economy, okay, and by the market distribution of income, according to the supply demand, okay, market forces, you know that there's inequality, like the consequence, okay, because of human capital characteristics, because of discrimination in the economy. The reason why inequality, okay? So government should intervene. The government intervene by, redistribution policy, and among specific policies such as, tax or subsidy, there is personal income tax. So personal income tax is the specific kind of tax, and you know that basing on the personal income that people rise up, okay, contribute the tax to the government. So the personal income, okay, personal income here that could be divided by, current income or permanent income. And something like non-permanent income. What does that mean, permanent income? The kind of income, a type of income by which we could collect every period of time. For example, the salary, monthly salary, okay? The most famous or popular example of permanent income, thu nhập thường xuyên, okay? A type of income that we could find the database or we could collect every same period of time, every month, every day, every year, something like that. Okay, we could collect or we could gain this kind of income. So periodically, people gain this kind of income. For non-permanent income, normally we cannot, okay, someone never ever receive a non-permanent income in their long life. Someone get sometime only. Okay, so it's not periodically that someone get this kind of non-permanent income, thu nhập không thường xuyên. Okay, the example of non-permanent income, the jackpot, lotto prize, okay, the some kind of gifts, present, okay, heritage, something like that. The big gift from the parents, okay, non-permanent income, and that of course the two types of income belong to the personal income, and people must raise up the tax or personal income tax up to their income that they earn. Okay, so normally for non-permanent income here, every country in the world is applying, okay, a tax rate that equal than 10% normally. I mean, in every country that I know, okay, the tax rate for every value of non-permanent income is 10%. 10%. Okay, of the value of this non-permanent income to be, paid to the government like the tax, okay, and 10% of the whole value of the non-permanent income, the whole value. For example, if you gain 150, okay, 150 billion Việt Nam đồng, like the jackpot, okay, you must pay 10%, 15, okay, like the tax to the government, the jackpot, okay. So in case of permanent income like the salary, normally the most popular example of permanent income is the salary, you can see, okay. Kind of income that people could gain periodically every month, okay. So in case of salary, there is another way to calculate the personal income tax. For example, you can see that there are many tax rates to be applied for many part of income or permanent income. For example, in this case, with the part of income from 0 to 5 million, okay, I think that to 5 million it should be better, like the 0 to 5 million Vietnamese đồng per month, okay, Vietnamese đồng per month, because we are talking about the permanent income. So the tax rate for this part of income is 5%. I am taking example, okay, it's not really the Vietnamese, okay, the Vietnam PIT law, personal income tax law, but the mechanism. So 5% with any part of income that is higher than 5, higher than 5 to, for example, 10 million per month, okay, the tax rate will be 10%. Mechanism is very simple, okay. With any part of income that is higher than 10 to 20 million per month, okay, the tax rate will be 20%, okay. Part of income that is up to 20 to 30 million per month, okay, tax rate is 30%, okay. Part of income that is up to 30 million per month, the tax rate is 40%, okay. So we are talking about the permanent income such as salary. The question for you, in order to understand the mechanism, okay, of application of practice of this tax law, is to, for example, Mr. A salary, okay, Mr. A salary is, for example, in this case, I take 35 million, okay, per month. The example, okay, the hypothesis about the salary of Mr. A, okay, 35 million per month. So the question for you is calculate the tax, okay, the tax, income tax paid by Mr. A, okay. Or another way to give the question, calculate the net income for Mr. A, okay. Another way to give the question, personal income tax paid by Mr. A or the net income paid by received by Mr. A. I mean net income, that means the income after tax, you know that, okay, income after tax. Another way to give the question. The second question is calculate the average tax rate for Mr. A. And the third one is the marginal tax rate for Mr. A. Okay. So at least the first question we should do. With the two next question is very easy because up to the rule, okay, that we can find out the solution. Okay, so you have 5 minutes to calculate the personal income tax paid by Mr. A. With this hypothesis, the personal income tax law, okay, for permanent income and the salary like a permanent income for Mr. A, 35 million per month. So you could calculate the personal income tax or you could calculate the net income, Mr. A. Of course, up to the question. Okay. In this case, you should calculate the personal income tax paid by Mr. A. You have 5 minutes to calculate, please. The mechanism, okay, the tax law is like that. There are many tax rates, okay, to be applied for many part of income. And in case of non-permanent income, there's only one tax rate to be applied for the whole value of income. In case of non-permanent income, but in case of permanent income, there are many tax rates, okay, to be applied for many part of income. So now, your calculation, please.
Tax paid by Mr. A.
I remember that in a lot of set of question of last year's class, okay, high school class. There is more than one Mr. A. That means more than one person, okay, to calculate the tax. It's not only one, many people, okay, in the hypothesis and in the question that you should answer the tax. You could be asked to calculate the total tax collected by the government from a
Group of people.
Yes, group of people, a community. The population sample, 10 people, for example. So for Mr. A, it's only one very small question. Okay, so I think that at least most of you have finished the question. Because as I've told you, I have told you that in the next future, maybe you will be asked to calculate more the personal income tax for more than one people, such as this exercise. So we should calculate the total tax collected by the government. Okay, total tax collected by the government. And of course, we return to this story first. You know that the tax rate increasing, okay, up to the part of income, big part of income that could be also increasing, okay. So in this case, for the salary of 35 million, okay, you can see that Mr. A tax rate will be, one of these four tax rate level, okay. For his first part of income from 0 to 5, that means 5 million. 5 million, okay, he must pay 5% of 5 million. 5% of 5 million, that means 250, okay, thousand. For his next 5 million, from 5 to 10, his next 5 million, okay, 10%, that means 500, okay, 500,000, plus, okay, plus 10 million, okay, in next 10 million here 20%, so 2 million more, okay, that means we do the plus more. The next 10 million, you can see that here 30% you must take, 30%, that means 3 million more plus 3 million, okay. And finally, with his last part of income, that is marginal income, okay. Marginal income for Mr. A is, the value for marginal income for Mr. A is, yes, 5 million, okay, 5 million, and the tax rate for his marginal income is tax rate for his marginal income is 40%. Okay, so marginal tax rate. Okay, that's why I asked you to tell me, okay, the answer. Marginal income is 5. Okay, the value for marginal income is 5. Then the tax rate applied for value of marginal income is 40. So it's marginal tax rate. Okay, and you know that 40% of 5. Okay, that equal than 2, okay, 2 million more. So you do the sum of this result and you got the total tax paid by Mr. A, like the answer to the first question, okay. The second question here refers to the ATR, average tax rate. According to the normal thinking, normal way, okay, of thinking, average tax rate equal than
total tax paid over total salary.
Yes, it's very simple because that is the normal way of thinking. Okay? We take the total tax, we divide by the total salary and multiply 100%. Finish. Okay, and normally ATR should be lower than MTR. Okay, In which case the ATR equal than MTR in your opinion? In which case? Normally MTR is higher than ATR. Okay, but in which situation ATR could be equal than MTR?
He makes less than 5 million.
Yes. The income lower than 5 million in this case. Okay, but it's not the normal situation, of course, because you know that in the economy, okay, normally there are the poor, but there's also many rich. Okay, so now we will take another practice, okay, for the related exercise. Let me introduce you to this kind of exercise. You can see that when we talk about the section of economic equity, that could be the popular, okay, form of exercise. But we need something in this form of exercise. Of course, there's nothing relating the poverty, okay, the measurement of poverty, something like that. So it should be the introduction to the measurement of poverty, okay, and subsidize to the poor, for example, something relating the chapter about the poverty. Okay, but here you can see that the size distribution of income by quintile, the practice about the Lorenz curve, okay, GD coefficient, Lorenz GD, and personal income tax. Okay, of course, we will add some other question relating the poverty, such as the poverty measurement. Okay. And the other critical thinking question, such as you know, the hypothesis about the subsidy to the poor from the tax collected here. Okay, subsidy to the poor. Then you could be asked to recalculate the Gini or Lorenz curve to compare with the initial situation. Okay, the form of exercise. And why we should recalculate? Because we must say that whether government intervention, okay, is successful or not. Okay, by this measurement. Normally for Lorenz curve, we must wait that, okay, after government intervention, Lorenz curve is more flat or flatter, okay, or closer to the line of equality. In case of Gini coefficient, okay, after government intervention, Gini should be lower or higher? Should be lower. Okay? Should be lower. So in case that here, that should be the introduction to some measurement poverty, then the critical thinking question that need your thinking here. Okay? For example, we could collect the total tax here, and the question will be whether the tax is enough, okay, to eliminate the poverty situation in the countries. That means a question, okay, that needs your thinking. Why so? Because by this way you must. This question is about that. Okay, it's not the calculation of tax, but you should calculate the tax. Whether the state budget is enough or the tax, okay, is enough to eliminate the poverty. You must compare the tax collected with the, you know, minimum state budget, okay, minimum state budget requested to eliminate the poverty. So we must return to the story of poverty measurement. It's a bit later, after 50 minutes that you practice this exercise. Okay, you practice this kind of exercise within 50 minutes. And I'm sure that I'm not sure that everyone in the class would have this kind of exercise, or at least half of you. Okay, one of the you know, set of questions will be related to this type of exercise. So practice, please. 15 minutes for you. 15 is not 50, okay? Because there are a lot of other content to discuss about relating the poverty and redistribution program.